Not good at all. Well, speaking of extreme weather, let's shift gears and send it over to Courtney for our forecast here on the Central Coast. Kind of just misty here this morning. Kind of feels
a little
like
bit misty, a little bit humid, but otherwise that's about as crazy as it's getting here on the Central Coast this morning. We're very spoiled with our weather because while other areas are experiencing record rainfall and flooding, and then we have to the north of us in the Pacific Northwest all of these heat advisories. Meanwhile, we have the same comfortable temperatures that we've been seeing really the past several days. But as you can see, parts of Oregon and of course Washington and then parts of even Northern California are under heat advisories and warnings. So we're seeing multiple consecutive days of triple digits and 90s and really just kind of uncomfortable temperatures to the north of us. But as you can see here in the Central Coast, we do not have any of those warnings or watches in effect. We're completely unimpacted. We're still in the 50s here in Salinas this morning, 50s for San Francisco. But even in those spots where you see 60s and 70s later this afternoon, those temperatures are going to climb up into 90s and triple digits, whereas we're going to stay mostly in the 60s and 70s at the coast today, and then we'll see 70s to some 80s, maybe a couple of 90s further inland. I did want to mention our July averages so far at the coast. So this is basically a preliminary overview of the temperatures that we mostly hit come afternoon over the month of July. So Salinas has been sitting in the mid 60s most afternoons, and you might say, is Salinas really a coastal spot? According to just climatological data, it is a coastal spot, so the more you know. But otherwise, Watsonville, Monterey, and Big Sur all sitting in the lower 60s, so we've been leaning a little bit on the cooler side at the coast, whereas inland, kind of the same thing. Boulder Creek in the low 70s on average, Carmel Valley in the 60s, Hollister in the mid to upper 60s, and then Bradley, which tends to be our hotspot, in the 70s. Of course, the past few days have been a little bit different as we've seen places like Bradley actually hitting triple digits. So, of course, this data will change by the end of the month because we'll have to factor in all of those triple digits. But for now, these are the temperatures that we've been hitting most July days on average. So interesting to look at there. As for your Friday, it is, as we've been saying, another misty morning. Into the afternoon, we will clear out inland, but we're going to have some high clouds drifting through. So it won't necessarily be all sunshine. And for that reason, it will be a cooler inland afternoon. And then we're going to have even more cloud cover coming in after dark. That'll be those low coastal clouds and then also more high clouds as a result of the monsoon. Your highs today looking at upper 90s for Bradley, triple digits in Parkfield and the San Antonio Valley, getting real close to the triple digits in the Pinnacles. You'll be in the upper 90s, upper 60s in Salinas, mid 60s in Monterey, some more upper 60s in Watsonville, low 70s in Santa Cruz, and then in Santa Clara and the mountains of Santa Cruz County, you'll be hitting 80s and 90s. So not bad overall, not too different than what we've seen the past couple of days, but inland you likely will notice for most spots that will be cooling off just a bit. Back to you.